Hello and welcome to this Adventures of the Fabled Lands read-through. If you've been following the journey of Carrick Valast, he has had ups, he has had downs, he has had disasters, he has had trauma, he has had all sorts of weird and wonderful and horrid things happening to him, and we were left basically with a decision to be made at the end of last week's episode. So we're in the War-Torn Kingdoms on page 25. And we've had a very special suggestion come through. Now, I did ask if we should try and assassinate the captain, the king, if we should go after Grieve Marlock, who's the ruler of Marlock City, or whether we should try and assassinate the king. Now, we have to choose. I did ask for people to put stuff into the commentary below as to what we should do, and, well, there was very little in terms of whether we should assassinate or not. So Carrick is going to make that choice on his own. And to do that, we're going to use our dice. Now, we're still using the template as designed by Michael Helvenstein, which allows us to do all sorts of weird and wonderful things, which is absolutely fantastic. So that's a 5. So Carrick is going to go and try and assassinate General Grieve Marlock, because Carrick is all about nobility. In Golnir, we wanted to impress the Baroness. So this upstart, I think, is absolutely wrong. So I'm going to start again. I'm just going to remind you as to where we were. General Vorking is impressed with your claims of loyalty to the rightful king. He decides that you might be useful to their cause, and you are led, blindfolded, through a secret pass to a mountain stockade. King Nagarin gives you an audience in a makeshift throne room. He is a young and handsome man who seems committed to his country. He takes you aside into a private chamber. I have need of one such as you, he says. Yellowport groans under the yoke of Governor Marlos Marlock and the brother of General Grieve Marlock. If you can get into the palace at Yellowport and assassinate Marlos, I will be eternally grateful. If you have the code word artery, we do not, turn to that page immediately. Otherwise, if you wish to accept the mission and kill the governor of Yellowport, record the code word ambuscade. Well, that's what we're going to do. We're going to kill the governor of Yellowport. I hope it doesn't destroy our house, ambuscade, because we have a house in Yellowport. Not that it's got anything in it anymore, I don't think. No, it's pretty much empty. But nonetheless, that's what we're going to do. When you are ready, the king wishes you well, and you are led out of the stockade and back down to the foothills of the cold, bleak mountains. Turn to 474. Now, the special request that we had was from, one might say, the gods of this world. That's right. I was chatting with Dave Morris, one of the authors of this Fabled Land series on Facebook, and he casually said, oh, Carrick should probably go to Dwoma, which is a city in the Over the Dark Blood Sea series of books, as a matter of fact. So when the creator of the book series says to you, you should probably go here, I think we probably should. But before we do that, we're going to go and assassinate ourselves the brother of Grieve Marlock. Well, let's see. Let's see how far we get on that one. The cold, bleak mountains look as inhospitable and forbidding as their name implies, their frozen flanks climbing high into the icy clouds. Do we want to climb into the mountains? Nope. We want to enter Karanbaru, the city next door? Nope. Do we want to go south? Yes. Pretty much that's what we want to do. But this says south to the Lake of the Sea Dragon 135. We can go south to the Lake of the Sea Dragon. That's taking us to Yellowport, which is where our quarry lives. You see what happens when you don't help me make a choice? We end up becoming an assassin. But still, it will make an excellent story for us to tell all of our, anyone who might happen to, want to hear our story. The shores of the Lake of the Sea Dragon are swept by ochre waves, and the air smells foul. A sickly pale green seaweed is the only vegetation that can survive in the sulphurous waters of the lake. A small fishing village, Cadmium, has grown up on the shores of the lake. Well, I have no particular need of visiting anyone here, so we're going to continue south following the Stinking River. 576. 576. You are up the Stinking River, near its source, the Lake of the Sea Dragon. From here, the yellow waters rush down to the sea. The smell of the bubbling, sulphur-laden water is abominable. Well, we're going to follow the river south, 310. If there is a tick in the box, turn to 614. So we are looking for War-Torn Kingdoms 310. We do have a tick in the box, so we're immediately going to turn to 614. The stinking river has cut its way through the high ground here. On the edge of the chasm that overlooks the river below lies the village of High Theris. Just outside of town, 3 bodies hang on a gallows, slowly rotting. Inside, the villagers are having a fete. They welcome you. You can get some rest and recuperation here, and you can restore up to 5 lost stamina points. When you're ready to leave, we're going to follow that river south. Turn to page 82. You are following the course of the stinking river, and it certainly does stink, laden with sulphur as it does. Roll a die. 4. Nothing happens. Right. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Yellowport is the 2nd largest city in Saqqara. It is mainly a trading town and is known for its exotic goods from distant Ancon Konu. Politically, much has changed in the past few years, and will continue to change in the near future. Wait, did I say that out loud? No, I didn't mean that. No. But, yes, it will change. The old and corrupt king of Saqqara, Corin VII, has been deposed and executed in a military coup. General Grieve Marlock and the army now control Saqqara. Not for long! They control Saqqara. The old city council of Yellowport has been indefinitely dissolved, and a Provost Marshal, Marlos Marlock, the governor's general, the general's brother, appointed as military governor of the town. Well, yes, for now. Right, so we're going to seek an audience with the Provost Marshal, because we have to kill him. We do have a resurrection deal in place. Yes, we do. We've got reroll combat, reroll sanctity, reroll scouting. Immunity to disease. We have a +1 sword. We can't really get much better than that. And we've got a defense of 11. Well, let's see what we can do. Hopefully this isn't the end of Carrick Velast. 523. Hopefully the governor does not have a resurrection deal. If you have the code word assassin, turn there. If not, but you have the title protector of Saqqara, turn there. Otherwise, you have to wait several hours to be seen by one of the Provost Marshal's aides, a certain Captain Royser. If you have the code word artery, the Royser sends you in to see Marlos immediately. Otherwise, you will have to convince the captain it is worth his while to let you see the Provost Marshal. If you are a warrior, a rogue, or a troubadour, which we happen to be, Royser will let you in for a modest bribe of 5 shards. Well, I don't think 5 shards is too bad. So, here we are, you miserable creature. Turn to 191. Take your 5 shards. Now let us see the governor. It is of absolute importance that we get to see him straight away. We must see the governor. Or the marshal. The Provost Marshal is a rich and powerful man, cunning and capable. I have need of someone like you, he says. A group of rebels, loyal to the old king, are hiding out in the cold, bleak mountains. Their leader, Nagan Corin, is dangerous to us, as he is the heir to the old throne and a rallying point for the rebels. Penetrate their stronghold and slay Nagan Corin, and you will be richly rewarded. I can promise you 500 shards and a title if you succeed. If you take the mission, gain the code word artery. If you have the code word ambuscade, turn to 375. Otherwise, the Provost Marshal dismisses you. Are we going to be a double agent? The name's Valast. Carrick Valast. 0063. No, I don't think so. We are going to make sure that Fornagaran, one shouts, turn to 375. You tell the Provost that you have important news, best heard by him alone. He takes you to a side chamber without his guards. What do you have for me, boy? If you want to attempt to slay the Provost Marshal, turn to 344. Otherwise, tell him some old news and he throws you out. 344. Here we go. You must make either a combat or a magic roll at difficulty 14 to slay him. If you fail the roll, turn there. If you succeed, read on. Well, we've got 6 in both, so it doesn't really matter. 9 plus 6 is 15, and we needed... Oh, thank goodness, we needed a 14 to defeat him. So we have... You cut him down, or enchant him so that he obeys your every command and falls on his sword. Note the code word, assassin. I'm not sure I'm too happy about that, to be honest with you, but Fornagaran, hurriedly you leave the palace. 216. A cry goes up throughout the palace. Murder! Assassin! The hunt is on for you. You will need all of your skill to get out of the palace alive. Roll 1 die, subtracting 1 if you are a rogue, troubadour, or a wayfarer. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. All right, roll a die. Subtract 1 if you are a rogue, troubadour, or wayfarer. Well, we're a troubadour, so we subtract 1, that puts us on 1. If you score less than or equal to your rank, turn there. Otherwise, turn there. Well, we have scored below our rank, so turn to 407. Oh dear, oh dear. You hide in the kitchen pantry, and then, disguised as a kitchen scullion, sneak out unnoticed. The skill and daring of your exploit will be forever remembered. Long live the rightful king! Long live the rightful king. I say long live. Well, that was quick. The new Provost Marshal of Yellowport is Royzer. He used to be Marlos Marlock's second in command. Since the assassination of the old Provost, Royzer has ruled the city with an iron hand. Patrols are frequent and spies are everywhere. You will have to be careful not to get yourself recognized. Indeed? Indeed, in which case, well, we will, yes, we will go back to the Coldbleak Mountains and report that we have been successful. Well, I don't know what we achieved, actually, if we killed him, so the king might be a little bit unhappy. But I don't see what that has to do with anything else. All right, well, then let's go northeast towards Venifax. 621. 621. The coast road between Venifax and Yellowport is well maintained, and you make good time. You pass a few army patrols, but they leave you alone. Travel to Blessed Springs, head for Venifax, north across country, or south to Yellowport. Well, we are going to the Coldbleak Mountains, so I think Blessed Springs makes the most sense. 510. The village of Blessed Springs, nestling at the foot of a tall hill, has grown up around the holy waters, a spring said to have special healing powers. It has been fenced off by the villagers and a priesthood appointed to supervise the supplicants who come to bathe or drink of the spring's waters, hopefully not at the same time. There is no market, but an alchemist has set up shop here. Well, let's visit the alchemist's shop. You never know what you might find. 342. We probably should get our stamina back as well. 3, 4, 2. The alchemist shop is lined with potions, jars of exotic substances, herbs, and so on. Alembics and beakers bubble and boil, full of strangely coloured liquids. The alchemist, a tall, gangly fellow with a beak of a nose, sells potions. You can buy as many as you can afford, and each one costs 50 shards. A potion of strength gives you +1 combat, comeliness gives you +1 charisma, intellect +1 magic, godliness +1 sanctity, stealth +1 thievery, or nature +1 scouting. A potion can be used just before an ability roll or a fight to add 1 to the relevant ability for that roll or fight only. Each potion can be used only once. The alchemist can make you a special potion for 250 shards, but he needs an ink sac. If you pay the money and have an ink sac, he will make you a potion of restoration. It can be used only once to heal all lost stamina points, cure poison and disease. Well, I'm thinking if we spend, we can buy quite a lot of stuff, which I quite like. So let's do that. We're going to add here, I think, a potion of potion of I don't think strength is necessary because we've got pretty good strength, we've got pretty good combat. So I'm thinking probably that we need sanctity, scouting, or thievery. So let's go with all three. Let's go with all three. Why not? So sanct +1. Okay, I'll do the full sale off later. Potion of stealth, so that's thievery. Thieve +1, and a potion of nature, so that's scouting +1. Great, so that's 150 shards. 150 gives us 10 shards left, but it does give us some nice little benefits along the way. All right, 510. That's what we're doing. 510. Right, so we're done with that. So we now want to go to the northeast. We want to go west into the countryside. 278. You are crossing an open expanse of flinty ground. A few herds of sheep roam the low hills. Roll a die. 5. A shepherd gives you a wolf pelt. A wolf pelt? I think we needed a wolf pelt for a cave up north. Well, certainly that is a stroke of good luck. Well, thank you, my good man. I'm very appreciative of you giving us a wolf pelt. That's very kind of you. Always wanted a wolf pelt. Right, so when you're ready, you can go to Venefax. Venefax. Have we got lost? I think we've got lost. We want to go north to the lake and then further north from there. 135. Oh dear, 135. 135. The shores of the lake of the Sea Dragon are swept by ochre waves, and the air smells foul. It has always smelt foul. It always will smell foul. It is foul. I get the point. It's a horrid place, and the people who live in Cadmium, well, they're just weird. Let's be honest, they are just weird. So go north to the cold, bleak mountains. 474. 474. The cold, bleak mountains look as inhospitable and forbidding as their name implies, their frozen flanks climbing high into the icy clouds. Well, that's where we want to be. 5. It is a tough climb upwards, but not impossible. If you have some climbing gear, turn to 652. 652. You clamber up until you come to a mountain track. It rises up between a cleft and the rock ahead of you. A man steps out in front of you. He is clearly a soldier, but his clothes are rough and ready, as if he has been living in the wild for some time. If you have the title King's Champion, turn there. If not, but you have the title Ambuscade, turn there. 629. 629. The soldier recognizes you and leads you to see the king. Nagarin is pleased to see you. Have you succeeded in ridding us of Marlos? He asks eagerly. 256. The king is overjoyed with the news. Excellent! At this rate, I will be able to take my rightful place in the throne room of Old Sokar. He rewards you with the title King's Champion. Note this in the titles and honours box of your character sheet. King's Champion. Huh, I like the sound of that. Yeah. King's Champion, that's what I am. Yeah, very nice. Yeah, right. Yeah, good. The title comes with a cash gift of 500 shards. Well, let's look at that. All right, I won't say no to money. Thank you very much. You also go up 1 rank. Just like that. Look at that. Yeah, it pays to be an assassin. I'll take that. Thank you very much. You also got 1 rank. Roll 1 die. The result is the number of stamina points you gain permanently. Oh, 2. Could have been better. There's no re-roll, anything like that, is there? No. All right. Well, we've got to get that stamina up. We're really near death, actually. The king has another mission for you. He explains that an army of steppe nomads, Trow, Mannequin people and Sakaran troops still loyal to Nagarin have gathered on the steppes and are moving to siege the citadel of Veles Korin, which guards the Pass of Eagles through the spine of Harkoon. Nagarin tells you that an alliance of northern nations has declared war on the new Sakaran regime. A certain General Beladai leads the Northern Alliance, and King Nagarin has joined forces with him. He asks you to travel to the steppes and talk to General Beladai. An adventurer like yourself might be able to steal into the citadel and bring about its downfall from within, or some such. If the citadel falls, we will have Sakara at our mercy. If you want to take up this mission for the king, record the code word assault, and when you are ready, you will head back down to the foothills of the mountains. Well, I think it just makes absolute sense to carry it on. I mean, if we can change the kingdom, that's a good thing, I think. On considering the amount of trauma that in the past, how many months we have suffered at the hands of the Marlos Marlock menace, I think we can. Yes, my lord, my king, we shall indeed take on this quest to bring down the citadel of Veles Korin. I do think we need to improve our thievery, though, if we're going to be skulking about inside a castle. Oh dear. Doesn't seem like we're going to get to Dwoma anytime soon. 474. The cold, bleak mountains look pretty forbidding and rather inhospitable. But you know better. That's where the king hides. Oh, that was just me. It's different reading, right? Okay, so we want to then climb into the mountains. No, enter Karan Baru, I think. Oh, we want to go north, really, which I suppose is into the farmlands. 548. We don't have anything to sell. 548. You are crossing an area of fertile farmland where much of the food is grown to feed the army. Little farmsteads dot the landscape, and the ploughed fields have the appearance of a patchwork quilt. Roll a d6. 5. You find some leather armor, defense of +1. Goodness me! Leather armor. Defense +1. Now, our defense doesn't stack, but it's always good to have a second set of armor. Well, when you're ready, you can go to east. You can go east to Fort Estgerd. Fort Estgerd. No, I don't think we need to go there. North to the road. South. Yeah, north to the road. I think makes most sense. So there we go. North to the road. 458. 458. The road between Carn Baru and Fort Mareth is another military highway for transporting troops and supplies. Well, we want to continue moving, so I suppose we need to go north into the country. That's 60. Oh, it is such a wonderful life to be a troubadour, wandering free, wandering free. You are crossing the wild country of North Saqqara. Oh dear. Roll a die. 3. Nothing happens. Continue north, 518. You are on the road between the citadel of Veles Corin and Fort Mareth. This is quite rarely travelled. The military guard posts are few and far between. Roll another die. 1. Oh dear, you lose 10 shards gambling. Well, my gypsy friends, it's time for me to leave while I still have money in my pocket. I won't tell them about the 500. I'm just going to leave. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. All right, well, there we go. Head for the citadel of Veles Corin or southwest into wild country. There was a cave that we came across in a previous episode, and there were wolves inside that cave, and if you had a wolf pelt, you could do something. I'm awfully, awfully tempted just to continue southwest into wild country. That's what I'm going to do, turn southwest to wild country. The siege can wait for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Healing is probably a good idea. You are crossing the wild country of northeast Saqqara. Nothing happens, so you continue on your journey west 201. The road between the citadel and Carn Baru, that doesn't make sense. Hang on, I said we're going west 201. Yes. The road between the citadel and Carn Baru is chock-a-block with troops and carts. It looks like there is a war in the north. Well, not yet. I mean, I have no idea. Not a clue. Nothing about anything at all. I'm just going to go and look. You are wandering across the wilderness of northwestern Saqqara. There is a magnificent castle nearby with many different pennants flying from its towers. A castle out here in the wilderness? I know we're looking for wolves right now, but... well, let's visit this castle. We are the king's champion, after all. Visit the castle, 610, 611. I say, what? Who's this? If you have the code word Anvil, turn there. If not, read on. Anvil, I don't think we have the code word Anvil, anchor, animal, anthem, no. As you draw nearer, you see that the pennants all represent different coloured dragons. The red dragon, black dragon, green dragon, and so on. Outside the gates, a jousting list has been set up, and a few warriors are trying their hand against some knights who have dragon symbols on their shields. A knight in full plate armour rides up and says, "Welcome to the castle of the Dragon Knights. It is our custom to joust against all who would come here, for a wager, of course." He explains that you must bet the weapon and the suit of armour that you will use for the joust. If you lose, you forfeit the weapon and armour. If you win, you get the armour and weapon of the knight you defeat. Most of your potential opponents, you note, would be using a sword and plate armour. If you have the code word axe, which we do not, go there, or take the wager and joust, you must have a weapon and at least leather armour. Given our health, I think we're going to leave and we can come back here. This sounds quite exciting. 276. 276. Yes, I know we're supposed to be starting a war, but, well, a joust sounds quite fun if you ask me. So, let us then travel north to the mountains to those wolves quickly. I don't think anything's going to happen. Famous last words, right? If you have a coded missive, turn there. If not, but you have the code word deliver, nope. If you have neither, read on. Wait, did I read the right thing? Hang on. If you don't want to fight, 274. No, you are initiate. You find that. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Where is it? Oh, wandering across. Here we go. Sorry. Travel north to mountains. 3. You have come to the foothills of the spine of Harkoon in the northwest of Saqqara. The view is impressive. A massive wall of forested mountains whose rocky, white-flanked peaks soar skywards into the clouds. This part of the mountains are unclimbable, but you notice a large cave at the bottom of the mountain. Investigate the cave, 665. You enter the cave. It is large and dark. Unfortunately, it is the lair of a pack of wolves. A very big pack of wolves. If you have a wolf pelt, turn to 516. Well, we do actually have a wolf pelt, so go to 516. You pull the wolf pelt over you and drop to all fours. Gingerly you crawl in. In the dark, you now look and smell like a wolf. At the back of the cave, you find a hole in the roof and an iron ladder leading up to it. Climb the ladder. Turn to page 350 in the Plains of Howling Darkness. So we go to the Plains of Howling Darkness, book number 4, for those of you that have the books. If you don't know how to get the books, head on over to our website, www.greatgamemaster.com, and you can find the books there on the shop page. Lovely set of Choose Your Own Adventure books from the 90s. I thoroughly enjoy them. If you have the code word deep or dim, turn there. If not, read on. You come to a network of underground tunnels that run under the mountains. It is pitch dark, and you must have a source of light, such as a lantern or candle, to proceed. If not, you will have to go back. If you do have a source of light, you can explore the tunnels by turning to 174. Now, we don't have a source of light, but again, having spoken to the actual authors of these books, they said that if your magic is high enough, and ours is 5, which they said was pretty high, you can cast light. So we cast light, which gives us a light source, so we can continue 174. The tunnels are natural, probably the course of an old underground river, now long dead. Make a scouting roll at difficulty 13. Time to drink that potion. So our scouting is now 4. A scout check. That's bad. Total of 8. So that is a complete fail, 73. Despite your best efforts, you get completely lost in the maze of underground tunnels. Roll 2 dice. If you score less than your rank, you manage to find your way out. If you score greater than your rank, you get lost forever and starve to death. Oh no! All right, 2 dice, less than our rank. Could it have been any higher? 12. I think that's the first time we've ever had an actual 12 rolled with these dice, trying to get underneath our rank. We die of starvation. Turn to 7. You are dead. Cross off the possessions and money listed on your adventure sheet. Why? I hate it. I hate it so much. If you have a resurrection, now turn to the entry marked for it. If you have no resurrection, it really is the end. You should delete all ticks and code words in all your Fabled Lands books and start again with a new character. Well, thankfully, we have the resurrection deal with Nargil, which allows us to turn to the war-torn kingdoms, back to book 1. Back to book 1 and page 350. Oh my gosh. Oh, joy of joy. We should have stuck to just starting that war, shouldn't we? We really should have. You are restored to life at the Temple of Nargil in Marlock City. Your stamina is back to its normal score. The possessions and cash you were carrying at the time of your death are lost. Easy come, easy go. I hate it. Nargil has taken you from the barge of souls that sails to the lands of the dead and returned you to us, declares the high priest. You leave the temple. Turn to 100. Marlock City is a huge and sprawling metropolis, enclosed in a fortified wall said to have been built 1,000 years ago by the ancient Shadar Empire. It is the capital city of Sokara. Marlock City was once known as Sokar until General Grieve Marlock led the army in bloody revolt against the old king, King Corran VII, and had him executed. The general renamed the city after himself, and it is now a crime to call it Sokar. Not for long! We will bring about the real king. He will return. I now swear it as my quest as Carrick Velast. I will no longer suffer the insults of losing all my equipment and having achieved nothing. The general lives in the old king's palace and calls himself the protector general of all Sokara. Whereas the old king was corrupt, the general rules with an iron fist. Some people like the new regime, others are royalists. Viva la king! Still loyal to Nagaran and the heir to the throne, who has gone into hiding somewhere. I know where he's gone. Outside the city gates hang the bodies of many dead people. Labels around their necks read, "Rebels executed by the state for the good of the people." Yes, well, yes. You'd best behave yourself if you don't want to end up like one of them, grates a guardsman, nodding towards the swinging corpses as you pass through the great eagle-headed gates of Marlock City. Well, what do we do? What do we do? We've got nothing. 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 Again. Well, I suppose our only choice is to sneak up into that citadel and try to start a civil war. Because we can't even get to Duomo. We haven't explored this city by the day or by the night, so let's try that first, shall we? 138. If you have the code word egg, turn somewhere, but I don't think we have the code word egg. You take a stroll through the streets. Marlock City is teeming with people. We could explore the barracks area, visit the Street of Entertainers, or enter the residential quarter. Well, I think the Street of Entertainers, since Carrick is an entertainer after all. I mean, I have some great stories. Psst! Come here, friend! Someone whispers from the shadows. Oh, you seek to rob me from the shadows of an alleyway, do you? Well, I am but an innocent troubadour. I will go over to you because you psst me. 641. Why, whatever is it that you want? Want to try your luck in the gambler's den? Asks a short, dark man dressed as a mercenary bodyguard. Just 5 shards entrance fee. He nods at the door and at the top of some rickety stairs. If you pay the money, cross it off and turn there. If not, he shrugs and hisses at another passerby. Psst, you! You wander off and pass an uneventful evening. Well, yes, very uneventful. So, clearly, the entertainer's area is not so entertaining as I had thought it would be. 138. Well, then maybe we can get some action at the barracks. 15. 3 drunken army officers accost you on the street. If you have the title Protector of Saqqara, turn there. Oh, we don't have that one. If not, read on. Yo, what have we... Here, sneers one of them drunkenly. That's my way, you sea dog, another says, shoving you in the chest. Step out of the way or return the insult. I have had a bad day. I have had a bad month, as a matter of fact. Things were going so right, and then the gods cursed me, and now you are pushing me around. Well, let me tell you something. I happen to know that the king... You rebel swine, slurs one of them. Not showing proper respect to the army, says another. I can't go unpunished. They wade into you, intent on beating you into submission. Make a combat roll at difficulty 12. You see, this was all a misunderstanding. I am... Successful combat roll. I no longer am afraid of you thugs, or whatever it is that you are. Successful combat roll 76. You are an accomplished street brawler, and after only a few minutes' furious fighting, the 3 officers are laid out unconscious in the street. Several people gathered to watch the brawl. Most of them give a cheer at your performance. Oh, yes. Carrick Velasquez. I mean, my name is Roganar Char. Roganar Char. Yes. General Marlock's troops have not endeared themselves to the population. You find 25 shards on the officers' bodies. Thank you. I knew we were going to get some money some way or another, and if it meant committing a crime by beating up some officers, well, why not? And an officer's pass. I think this may be useful in the Citadel. Take whatever you require and then turn to 100. Yes. Yes, indeed. Now we shall go north. Oh, we should get a blessing, but I think resurrection blessings are so expensive. We really don't have much to do. We could visit the General's Palace, but without any reason to do so. I think that's just courting death. So, let us head to... Follow the River Grim north. Yes, 99. That's what we're going to do. Follow the River Grim north. You are on the east bank of the River Grim, a great powerful river which rushes past towards the sea. You can travel to Golnir from here. No, we have no need to go to Golnir. We want to go north. Let's get this war over and done with. Follow the river north. 333. You are on the east bank of the River Grim. Roll a die. One. A water sprite curses you. What a horrid little creature. How dare you? Lose a blessing if you have one. Well, that is our sanctity. You lose the top one listed, generally speaking. Great. Right. Where are we? Yes. We're going to follow the river north. 1, 2, 3. And I've just realized, when I looked at the blessings, we could have re-rolled that scouting roll that caused us to die, but the difficulty was so high, I really didn't think we were going to make it anyway. This is the east bank of the River Grim, near its source in the spine of Harkoon, far to the north. You reach a ford where you can travel to the west bank for a shard. You could try and swim across, but the current is very strong. No, we have no need. We want to go north to the mountains. 3. Now, I have no idea what is in that cave. I really don't. And we don't have a wolf pelt anymore, so there's no luck getting that one. You have come to the foothills of the Spine of Harkoon, in the northwest of Saqqara. The view is impressive. A massive wall of forested mountains whose rocky white-flanked peaks soar skywards into the clouds. These parts of the mountains are unclimbable, but you notice a large cave at the bottom of a mountain, with your corpse somewhere inside. But we are not going to that cave. We are going to go east to the citadel of Velis Corin. 271. You arrive at the Pass of Eagles, a thin chasm sliced right through the spine of Harkoon, as if Tiernai himself had split the mountains with his sword. A vast citadel has been built right across the southern end of the pass, bottling it up so that none can travel into Saqqara without passing through the castle. Its white walls and flag-topped towers shine brightly in the sunlight. Enter the citadel. Well, that's what we're going to do. 400, and that's in the Plains of Howling Darkness. Plains of Howling Darkness, 400. All right, 400 Plains of Howling Darkness. You are outside the citadel of Velis Corin, or the Shield of the North, as it is sometimes known. It rises up before you, great white bastions and towers gleaming in the sun. It fills the Pass of Eagles completely. From this side of the Spine of Harkoon, it is less fortified. Its purpose is to keep out the barbarians of the north. Try to enter the citadel, 2. Which of these code words do you have? Defend, deliver, assist, or dread? None of them. 97. The main gate is guarded by the Knights of the Northern Shield, the permanent garrison of the citadel. If you have the title Protector of Saqqara, or an officer's pass, the guards wave you through. 295. That was a stroke of luck, but usually luck comes with great tragedy in Carrick's case, so we must be careful. The citadel is a vast complex of corridors and doors, a fortification of breathtaking sophistication. Huge cisterns are driven deep into the bedrock of the mountains and hold enough water for a year or more. The citadel also encloses a large open-aired field given over to agriculture. Great nets are spread across the towns to defend against aerial attack from mannequin people. The garrison, the Knights of the Northern Shield, is the best Saqqara has to offer. The local gossip is that a large army led by General Belladai is camped to the north. This army of the Northern Alliance consists of warriors of the Horde of 1,000 Winds, mannequin people, some Trow, and Saqqaran troops still loyal to King Nagaran, rightful ruler of Saqqara before Grieve Marlock and his new order took over. The commander of the fort is Orin Talana, newly appointed by Grieve Marlock. If you have the code word drizzle, go there. If not, but you have the code word assist, go there. If not, if you have neither, go to there. 152. There is nothing else to do here but leave, so we will head north to the steppes. 145. You are between the Gemstone Hills and the citadel of Velis Corin. Let's update the map, shall we? There we go. A vast army has made camp near here, some miles north of the citadel. It is alive with activity. Caravans of supplies and camp followers are everywhere. You learn that this is the army of the Northern Alliance, led by General Belladai. Beladai was the commander-in-chief of King Coran of Sokara's army before Grieve Marlock usurped his throne. Now, the new king in exile has made an alliance with the Horde of the Thousand Winds, the Trow, and the Mannikin people of Sky Mountain. Together, they hope to take the citadel and put the king back on the throne. They are readying themselves to march south and lay siege to the citadel. But the citadel is supposed to be invincible. Visit the camp 660. The camp is huge. Nomad warriors, winged mannequin people, soldiers of the King of Sokara, and, at night only, many Trow rub shoulders here. It is an easy matter to get into the camp. You are one among many attracted to the economic opportunity an army presents. At the centre of the camp is a wooden stockade, where General Beladai and other leaders of the army have their tents. This is well guarded. There are plenty of armourers and weaponsmiths here, buying and selling for the army. We can't buy anything. We've got 25 shards. Leather armour costs us 50. A weapon costs us 50. We've got nothing. After making any purchases or sales, if you have the code word Dread, turn there, but if not, but you have the code word Assault, turn there. We do have the code word Assault, so we're going to go to 588. King Nagarin asked you to talk to Beladai and see what assistance you could give him. The guards of the stockade take you to Beladai's tent, a large pavilion of purple silk. Inside, General Beladai, a tall grey-haired veteran of many campaigns, is there to meet you. His face is fixed into an expression of determined efficiency, like a granite slab. Around him are the other leaders. Lek, wing warrior chief of the Mannikin people, and a small purple-furred bat-winged humanoid, The Trow warlord, Marak Manda, squats in a shadowy corner wreathed in shadows. Olog Khan, a wiry, hawk-nosed nomad, is the leader of the troops of the Horde of the Thousand Winds. They explain that the citadel is all but invincible to their army, and they have no means of breaching the walls. "You are our only hope," growls General Beladai. "A single spy could infiltrate the citadel and open the great gate from inside." If you want to take up the mission, turn to 241. If not, you are shown out. "Come back when you change your mind," grunts Beladai. "We will take on this mission, for we are Carrick. Carrick the Great. We are Carrick the Troubadour. Carrick the beaten down every week, but Carrick who rises once again ready to help save the kingdom of Sokara. We will take on this quest, because we have nothing else. Could you give us a sword? Or something? Anything?" Record the code word drizzle. That's not a very promising code word, is it? Dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, drizzle.
This is good,
pipes Lek. The Trow in the corner gives an enormous grin. Beladai puts his hand on your shoulder and bores his steely gaze into your eyes. "Do not fail us, and may Tynar guide you," he whispers. "We will send 1,000 of our best troops every night under cover of darkness, as near to the gates as they can get undetected. As soon as the gates open, they'll charge. If you have the code word deep, turn there. If not, you leave the camp 145. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. We're going to help. We're going to create war. That's what we're going to do. How did we get into this situation? It's not our fault. We didn't choose this. It just sort of happened. I mean, we just killed one bad man and now we're suddenly going to start war. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. All right, well, we're going to go to the Citadel, I suppose, 308. This could very well be the end of us. We've got no resurrection options. 308. The citadel of Velis completely occupies the Pass of Eagles. The pass is the only way through the mountains of the spine of Harkoon. From this side, a massive wall stretches from one side of the pass to the other. The main entrance, in the middle of the wall, is a pair of huge steel doors, known as the Great Gate. Many towers rise up behind the wall, topped with flags and pennants fluttering in the wind. The citadel, gleaming white in the sun, looks completely invulnerable to a frontal assault from this side. A patrol of knights of the Northern Shield rides out towards you. Wait for the guard patrol, I suppose. 132. We've got that officer's pass. We should be okay. I have a pass. Damn you. I have a pass. Which of these code words do you have? Defend, deliver, assist, or dread? None of the above. 421. We don't have assist, do we? Assault, assassinate, atar. No assist. All right. None of the above. 421. Gentlemen, hello. If you have the title of Protector of Sakara or an Officer's Pass, the knights greet you civilly. Yes, and to you, and escort you into the citadel. 295. Well, maybe this is going to be easier than I thought. The citadel is a vast complex of corridors and doors, a fortification of breathtaking sophistication. The local gossip is that a large army led by General Belladai is camped to the north. Well, it's not gossip, let me tell you that much. The commander of the fort is Oren Talana, newly appointed by Grieve Marlock, and boy, is he going to be unhappy when he finds out what's going on. If we have the code word drizzle, which we now have, turn to 670. You have a mission for General Belladai of the Northern Alliance. Your job is to open the gates of the citadel. If you want to try now, turn to 498. If not, turn to 152. We're going to turn to 498 and just hope that we succeed. We're only going to do that next week when we return to the adventures in the Fabled lands. It's a bit of a cliffhanger, I know, but our time has come to an end today, as, well, that always does. So until next week, when Carrick Velasta attempts to let people into the great citadel of Velis, I wish you and yours the very happiest of adventuring in the Fabled lands.